Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
I want to say this. Number one is I apologize. I apologize for the start. And I don't really. It's like this. Today was good for me. It was good for me because sometimes you take a step back and you look at it and you think, hey, you know what? It's here, it's on, we're going to make it work. We're working hard, we're doing this, we're doing that. We're going to go out there and it's going to change right now. It will change. And I'm not trying to tell you something, guys, it's going to change. It's not like that. Okay, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. It will change. And it will change because they wanted to change, not because of me. It will change because they want to be champions. But right now we got to figure out the formula, our formula. Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth. Number one. Number two, we are not a charity. We cannot give them the game. That's number two. And number three is we execute from the very start of the game to the very end of the game. That did not happen. I do not apologize about, you know what? I'll go ahead and take the question. No. You don't want me to go much further. Go right ahead. Ask the question. Vernon just, it was something that I told everybody at the very beginning of the week. I will not tolerate players that think it's about them when it's about the team. And we cannot make decisions that cost the team. And then come off the sideline and it's nonchalant. No. You know what? This is how I believe, okay? I'm from the old school. I believe this. I would rather play with 10 people and just get penalized all the way until we got to do something else, rather than play with 11 when I know that right now that person is not sold out to be a part of this team. It is more about them than it is about the team. I cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
Salute. Good morning. Welcome to class, guys. Welcome to class. You're now tuned into the Righteous Fair. Come on in, hit that like button. Keep in mind that we don't cater to any groups, gangs, communities, religions, feelings, or emotions. We cater to the truth. We cater to common sense. And we do not complicate it. What's going on? I got my guy, the Beezy MVP. What's going on, MVP?
What's up, man? Top of the morning, man. Man, you woke me up, man. 6:30 West Coast time, brother.
That's what's up.
I had to shake off the cobwebs early for you, man.
Facts, bro, because I need some official verification. You know what I mean? The truth with proof. We want to talk about it this morning. Why the red pill is not making black men in general, but especially the black man, it's not making the black man any stronger, bro. Our men have taken this red pill stuff in as entertainment, man.
Yeah, but this shit wasn't gonna happen overnight, man, because it didn't happen overnight.
Facts.
It's a lifetime of work, brother.
So I thought I'd do something different and something unique. You know what I mean? I thought I come here and I teach the guys how to spot the $50 bill instead of reaching for the 40 singles, because a lot of the guys, they being tricked, they being swindled, they being bamboozled in my opinion, you know what I mean? And if we're gonna be doing all of this work on ourselves, if we're gonna be taking the time to do all of this work on ourselves, we're gonna need women, right? We're gonna need women because we all like women. We're gonna need women that's on code, that's getting on code, that's doing the work that at least we did. And we see that the space has been compromised. You got women who pretty much, I don't want any of y'all thinking that any of these women can teach y'all anything. I don't give a fuck which women you pick. You know what I mean? Love or Crimson Cure. Can't none of them teach you guys anything. But which one of these chicks is at least entertaining and teaching the sisters? Because at the end of the day, once we get off of code, once we get off of MGTOW mode, we gonna want a female, right? So
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get these guys to pay attention to what's going on here, because you know what I mean, they sit here, they beating me down when I just don't like. I have a problem with Crimson Cure, and my problem is she's a race agitator for one, and it's the blueprint. It's the same blueprint. It's to take advantage of the weak black man. Take advantage of the weak black man, where all you got to do is talk about Zaddy, talk about the white man, right? And
Yeah.
bash Pookie. And if you feed the dopamine hit and the high of all of the men that come to this space and that want to hear that shit, if all you got to do is feed the dopamine hit of that shit, but that shit gains the guys nothing. The guys get nothing from that shit. They stay stagnant and they begin to get frustrated.
I got you.
And that's why I be telling them too how to go outside. But in any event, I know you don't really mess with, you know what I mean, Crimson Cure. So I gotta play some content. I asked a couple of the guys to send me some content so that I could dive in and look in on this female. You know what I mean? Give her a fair shot. So I just want to explain the difference to y'all, uh, and why. Break down the psychology to why you like what you like. And one thing about me, right? No matter how mad I make you feel, you going to always leave a conversation with me questioning and second guessing foolishness. Them stupid, foolish ways and conditions and patterns that you've been normalizing for a while. You're gonna second guess those, and that's good. That's a good thing. But let's get into this, man. I don't want to hold y'all. We got a double period today. Those of y'all, make sure y'all get on over from if you watching from the Mr.Goodbread show, make sure you get a chance to swing on over to the Bell 503 page and hit that like button. We simulcasting from both channels this morning. So we're gonna get it in. We got a great morning for y'all.
My father didn't like it, which was interesting because he had never been a particularly religious man. But when I told him he didn't like it, he actually stopped talking to me, and that was very hurtful to me because I love my daddy. I was daddy's girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Daddy ain't talking to me. Like this is Daddy ain't talking to me.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't really talk to me. And for years, my father did not like. He eventually started talking to me again, but he was always disdained whenever I wore my hijab or whenever I said anything that alluded to Islam or anything like that. In 2009, I gave my father shahada.
How did that happen? How did he eventually break and
Just
give in?
he just kept watching me. He was like, "You ain't moving off of this."
And he wasn't particularly religious either, right?
No. And so, which surprised me that he had such a strong reaction to me becoming Muslim. I'm like, where'd that come from? I was expecting it from my mom, but I wasn't expecting it from you. And he revealed to me later that he was angry with me because he didn't think I understood why I did what I did. And he was like, I always want my children to understand why they do what they do.
Right.
Don't just do anything.
Yeah.
Understand why you're doing it. Believe it for real if that's what you're doing it. And he was like, you've proven over the years that you understand.
So, in my opinion, I take that as he thought you was a follower. He thought you was going along to get along, like most people who are trapped and caught up in this religious group, in these religious great go along, get along groups. No offense to anybody that's in a go along, get along group. You know what I mean? I'm just calling it right down the middle, no gray area. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But your pops probably thought that that's what it was, and you being, you know what I mean, non-cooperative, went the other way of what your pop's instructions told you. That's what I interpret that as. Bell, am I bugging? I don't want to throw nothing on the conversation. I don't want to put no
No,
words in the mouth.
no, I'm kind of I'm following it, man. It sounds like you accurate.
All right. All right.
It. And I was just chipping away at him over the years. Because I'm doing stuff like raising his children. I raised my siblings, my smaller siblings. That's the whole different story.
Yeah.
And so me and my husband are doing that
Mhm.
at the time. And he's looking at my husband like, this man has come into my daughter's life
Mhm.
and he loves her. And he not only loves her, he loves my other children.
Yeah.
And he's taking care of them. And so that gave him a level of respect, man to man, with my husband, my then husband. And I just was talking to him about it. And one day he was like, how do you become Muslim? And I was like, you what?
Girl. You know what's so interesting about it though? You have a draw to you. I think that is very underrated, and I don't even think people understand it, which somewhat aligns with what it is that you're saying as far as how it was that you were able to influence, not even through anything that you were saying, but just how you are and what it is that you do on a daily basis. And I see it even when it comes to content creation, right? Because anytime that your name is mentioned, every time that I live stream and I say, oh, that's my baby Crimson Cure, and so on and so forth, people love you.
And what is she saying? What is she saying that's so profound, yo? That's so revolutionary to the world,
Bro.
to the men who just constantly go, and you know they calling her the super chat queen. You know what I mean? They on to her. They calling her the super chat queen.
Yeah, like I said, man, I can't. I'm not really hip to her, man. I heard like a couple little sound bites from her or whatever, but I never took the time to watch her content.
Like you have a loyal following of and a group, not even to say a group, but I'm gonna just say a legion of people that absolutely love and adore you. Are you surprised at the journey and what it's become so far, as far as how you've been able to grow from a content creation perspective? Or is this something that's just like an expectation? Did you expect for it to go like this?
Not at all. I am very surprised.
Why are you
It
surprised?
humbles me every day because when I came to YouTube, I came for therapy. I was using YouTube as therapy.
Okay.
I had no intention of ever making it a business. I didn't even see it that way.
Okay.
And so, I came in shortly after I started uh, coming onto YouTube because I had been sort of around the manosphere back when Tommy Sotomayor was not quite as famous as he became.
Mm-hmm.
So I had always kind of been listening and I floated around and found my way to another content creator.
This shit gonna be everybody's story. This gonna be everybody's story.
So she been around for a while. Then, if she talking about Tommy's beginning,
BGS Ibmore.
Okay.
And I found my way to his content. He had a channel for women and I would tune in every once and again. And then I eventually found my way to Angry Man
Shout out to Angry
channel.
Man.
Shout out to Angry Man. I eventually found my way to Angry Man's channel. And that's sort of how I came on the scene, quote unquote. And so I gained an interesting reputation. I'm the clean version now. But in 2017, 2018, 2019, I was not, I was a foul-mouthed tyrant.
Oh, so you was just as ratchet. Your execution, your delivery was just as ratchet as Love Dorsey, you saying. I remember that Crimson too. That was back when Daniqua was getting hot. Daniqua Marie. I
So
remember
this
that.
so this was just about 5 years ago.
Yeah, no. She been hot for about 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
What? No way.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
It's no way
Yes way.
that anybody could ever convince me in any way, shape, or form that you were anything other than what it is that I see exactly right here, right now.
This
There's
is
no way. Soft spoken, sweet, firm, able to, substantiate your arguments and everything like that, but absolutely one of the
They throw around that word chameleon a lot. They throw that word chameleon a lot, like they really know a chameleon when they see one. They throw that word around. They say chameleon. Oh yeah, Love Dorsey, she a chameleon. When the last time we checked, Love Dorsey, she embraced her lace front and she embraced her tattoos, and she been the same person since the first time I laid eyes on her. Since the first video I played of her, she been the same person. Delivery the same, speech the same, cadence the same. So they
So
throw
what?
around this chameleon shit like they really know. They learn
Hey,
words.
so what you saying? The way they start ain't the way they finish. Like what she's
Never.
describing, like how she started out, and then she was ratchet, and now she's refined.
she came to Jesus. She came to Jesus, yo. You know how they do. You know how the same way like the hoes, bro. The hoes just they was hoeing, and then all of a sudden, whoop, I'm not a hoe anymore. I'm virtuous.
Yes, indeed. But hey, man, let me take the time, man. Shout out to Brownie Ellie, American Negro, XL Prizzo, top of the morning.
Top of the titty up.
sweetest people that I've ever met in my entire life.
Thank you. The beginnings of my YouTube journey was not so sweet. Not so sweet. I gained a reputation for biting people, as they called it. Like she the lioness, she gonna bite somebody on this panel. And at that time, I was going through a lot of emotional and spiritual trouble.
Okay.
Soon after I kind of came on the scene and was interacting online in this YouTube space, that had to start probably mid 2017. My little brother passed in August of 2017, and then my husband passed January of 2018. So I was in a lot of
that makes sense.
Pain.
Oh, so now it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. It's making a little bit more sense to me why a lot of the hateful people and the people hurt and damaged can connect with her and feel her pain. Ah, that makes sense. That's how she connect. That's how she make her connection right there.
Okay.
And so I was lashing out at people. I was lashing out at people. I was, what I'm saying, dropping F-bombs. I was just angry. I was
You was
angry. And I
engaging
wasn't
in the
angry at
dopamine
people
fix and the
necessarily that I was
need
talking
for
to or
these simp
interacting
niggas
with.
to hear
I was
bad shit.
angry at life. I was angry with where I was in life. I was angry that I didn't have the covering my husband anymore. I was angry that my little brother was gone. I was angry. I was just mad. And I took it out. And to a certain degree, it was funny to people because I could roast you. You know what I'm saying? And all this kind of come from Chicago. You got to be able to
That's
roast
what
people.
it's about.
So
That's all it's about. Men have gotten to the point where they have given up and they just want to come for the entertainment. They just want to see another woman who would do it to them roast another woman who would do it to him equally. That's what it's about. And whoever could do it the best, whoever could paint themselves as a victim the best, is just gonna get the praise. Such idols.
Roasting people. I'm doing all this kind of stuff, but deep inside, I'm not liking that I'm doing it. It was a dysfunction there. It was a brokenness there. So when I come here and you see me now, I don't want people to ever think that I'm coming as perfection or trying to present myself and my life as if I've always lived it perfectly. Or as if I've always lived it excellently, because I have not. I can talk at length about the mindset of a lot of foolishness, because at one point I was living in that mindset. I was doing those things. And so it's not something that I'm necessarily coming from outside talking about it and looking in. I was in that pot.
Yeah.
And now I'm not in that pot. So now I feel like I got the authority to speak on it, though.
Yeah.
Because I've been through it. I understand where people be coming from when they're just in that broken mindset. And I know how I got out of it. So my channel is about values. It's about coming out of a survival mode of mind and coming into a thriving mindset. Not a scarcity, but an abundance. Not.
When do they thrive over there? Because if we go to your channel, man, and I go to your last 6 videos, you wasn't talking about thriving in them 6 videos, you liar. You now don't sit up here and lie, man. When do you talk about thriving? Like, you see how you sell your brand now, because y'all all about brands now. Because if I was to throw a fuck child support hat on you on the thumbnail, you'll cry. You'll cry. Hell no. Because it's all about brands to y'all. So when do you teach the women? Because you can't teach a man shit. But when do you teach the women how to thrive in a femininity? You're a femininity coach, right? Right? Because when do you teach the women how to thrive? Like, because we need women on code, because we out here doing the real work. We doing work. I speak for the men that do the work, that realize, like, listen, they taught us some fuck shit. We got to listen to our father's instructions. We ain't going to forsake our mother's teaching, but we going to listen to our father's instructions. That's who I represent. Now, when do you teach the women how to motherfucking get on code? Because we gonna want to run into these bitches, bro. We don't need to know what these bitches gonna do. That ain't gonna keep us nothing but stagnant. Come on, man. These people fools, man. These people fools. Yo, what's their infatuation with this woman, bro? Why are they infatuated with this lady, bro? Bro, you know better than me. You are OG. You OG.
Man, I like I said, man, I haven't followed her content. I don't know what the buzz is about her. I don't know nothing about this woman. I just know that I mean, you know, from now that she's explaining herself, like where she came from and like her motivation to do what she's doing. I mean, you know, certain people can relate. You know what I'm saying? If anybody lost a loved one, or you know what I'm saying, or if anybody like wanted to vent or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you could understand, you know, how she started what she started. And then, you know, I mean, I'm gonna give it up to her for giving her props to Tommy Sotomayor and Angry Man. You know what I'm saying? At least she is telling you where she, you know, where she got her game from. And a lot of women that's in these spaces, you know what I'm saying, they've been listening to content creators from the past, and you know, they steal from them, but don't give them the credit of where they got the game from. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you know, a lot of content creators, they grab this game and they, you know, they take pieces from this person, and then they try to make it seem like it's some original shit that's coming out their mouth. But really, you got it from other content creators. So if you ain't giving these people their credit, that's why Tommy Sotomayor was so upset when it came to Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels, you know what I'm saying, uh, didn't give it up to Tommy. You know what I'm saying? So you took his content and put it in a suit. So, you know, she's taking men content and put it in this rap and this headband. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, bro.
Just barely getting by, but excellence.
Yeah.
And that's important because that was the path that I took. That was how I had to look at life in order to evolve into what you see.
She lying, yo. I don't know, man. I don't trust her, man. I don't trust the bitch. I just can't trust her. I don't get the good vibe from her. You know, I'm all about the vibe and the spirit, bro. You know, bro. You know me, bro. Personally,
Hey,
you know me.
hey,
Bro.
hey, do you know anything about her religion?
I don't know nothing about her religion,
I mean,
bro.
is this outfit a part of religion, or is she just trying to hide herself? I mean, you know what I mean?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, the brother told me that she identified with the Muslim, the Islam, the Muslim joint.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into the person that I compared it to on Facebook, because this person, you know, love. She look like us, but she don't act like us. She don't think like us, and they don't like that. They don't like that. You know what I mean? And BZ,
Yeah.
I think they be looking for that better version of their mother. They can only take information from that better version. The woman gotta look like they mother, bro, but better. How they wish they mother would have been. So that's when they be obedient to women that look like that. Like, you know, she got that old lady look, bro. So niggas go to her and just, she already got the aesthetic appreciation because of how she got the old lady look. So dudes tie they and attach their feelings and emotion, because we know that niggas is emotional running around here, and they
You
attach
talking
their
about
feelings.
the this Crimson Cure got the old lady look?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you was about to get into love.
Yeah, no, Crimson got the
Okay,
old
I
lady look.
got you. I got you.
I'm trying to figure out, why do they love Crimson, but they be hating on Love, but Love got the information to get the bitches on code. You know what I mean? None of them could teach a man anything. So if you'd want to back and support a bitch, you'd want to support the bitch that is at least getting the bitches on code, right? Because the other bitch, all she doing is sugaring us, is tickling our chin. She can tell us about what the bitch doing and the stupid shit the bitches is doing all they want. At the end of the day, when we put in all this work on ourselves, we gonna want a bitch that ain't trying to fuck this shit up. I mean, if that makes sense. I mean, because I don't know. I'm a nigga that just want niggas to think for themselves. I'm tired of watching niggas go places and let gatekeepers tell them how to think, tell them how to move, tell them what's cool, and it don't be cool, bro.
Right.
This shit don't be cool, bro.
Well, I mean, I think I mean, you know, I don't know what I mean, does Crimson talk to men or women or both or whatever? Like, what is her message for? Because I know when Dorsey talks, she'll specifically say, "This is for the niggas," and this is for the, you know what I'm saying? Like when she delivers her message, she'll specifically say, "This message is for the niggas. I'm talking to the niggas right now." You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, then she'll be like, "I'm talking to these bitches right now." You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, where is Crimson? Where is she trying to deliver her message to women or men, or just both, or just in general? Just
And that's the problem. That's why I can't watch it, because you got teachers and you got reporters, you got scientists, and then you got science teachers in this space. You know what I mean? And she's clearly a reporter. She's a science teacher. She don't have the answers, Sway. She's only going off of recycled talking points. Then I had one brother tell me that she breaks down the psychology and how simple are them then, because I never heard her break down anything psychology. I watched Crimson Cure's content too. I
Hey,
never heard
hey,
her break
hey,
down
bro. Hey, you
psychology.
know how I do it, right? When like when we having a conversation and somebody mentions somebody, and then I'll be like, I get it. I got to get it from the listener. Like what is it about this cat? Do you you know what I'm saying?
That's what I ask. I always ask that. Like, and all they can tell me is that's what one of them started to tell me, she breaks down psychology. I said, who, Crimson or Love? We know
Yeah.
love breaks down the psychology of the human mind. That's what we do. That's what we profess over here. That's why we fuck with her. So Crimson, I never heard her break down why the bitch did that stupid shit. I hear her talk about the gynocracy and race agitate. I hear her race agitate that. I do hear her do that. I never ever hear Love blame the white man for anything. And that's the problem. That's the difference between these two. I'm gonna tell you that right now, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's a
Mm.
certain type of dude that need to listen to Crimson and can't bear to listen to Love. That's what we here today for, bro. And that's why you
So
know that the red
so
pill.
she the so the Crimson, she don't really preach self accountability. Is that what you're saying?
I never hear her tell her audience, her fans, her subscribers to take self accountability. Show me. I didn't ask y'all to give me the video. I will play another video of Crimson so I can show you her content strategy style. She's a reporter. She puts out the itch and ear information that everybody want to hear, and then she breaks it down. She throws the obvious talking points to it, and she holds the fire to the female's feet, but she will never hold the fire to the man that pays these females, bro.
Mm.
And that's why they like her. That's why they don't like Love, because Love put that feet. She put everybody feet to the fire. It's no time for being weak. Fuck how long they been under the microscope. How old is you? Stop taking credit for ancestors, yo. How old is you? So you've been under the microscope for how long? Stop worrying about how long man been under the microscope. So just because she's telling the truth about man, niggas gotta, come on, bro. Niggas be soft. I tell you, it be these single mother raised boys, be single mother raised males.
It's because again, I understand roles. Like I've seen it growing up.
Yeah.
So, I understand a woman's place when in the presence of a man is in a feminine, submissive space. That is what a real woman is. Like I've heard so many women, you ask them what's a real woman, they're gonna start talking about own house, own car. Like, what the hell are you talking about? The what makes us different from men is the fact that we have femininity, we have submissiveness, we have a intuitiveness emotionally by nature. And I've learned the two polar sides of women. You have the deceptive emotional space, and then you have the natural emotional space. This is when you have
Come
genuine
on,
intuition.
man. Come on, man. Hands down, bro. 42 seconds already. 42 seconds already, game being dropped. But because you can't fuck her, yo, Beezy, can you please break down the science why niggas don't like this woman, bro? Certain type nigga. It's a certain type nigga.
It ain't that they don't like. They might not like her. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't like her, but it's a certain way to approach a woman like this. And the thing is, the average black man has been used to a woman that looks like this but don't sound like this. So when you are used to a certain type of woman and a certain type of woman in the hood and the black community, you're going for this look, but you're not you're not waiting, you're not ready for this content to come out her mouth, because now you got to approach her a different way, because she might have more game than you, and she's talking the way you should talk. She's talking the way you should think, but you're not thinking like that because you wasn't conditioned to think like that. You was conditioned to, think pretty much the opposite.
Be obedient, and just sit there and listen to the old lady like this, like, which we gonna get into when we get to your that ties in to your title and thumbnail, bruh, because that's where it starts. It starts with that mammy that hover over the Black community, and everybody got to take her word. Her word is Bible. Fuck the men in the community. Fuck all the men in the community. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
The
but see, the thing is, this ain't got no relation to mama, because Love Dorsey got the modern look, but she got the traditional talking points.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And not only that, but like how you just got that message in 42 seconds. She talks direct. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't talk in circles like another content creator will just give you a whole bunch of word salad and talk circles and shit, and then, beat around the bush and not get straight to the point.
Tickle the chin.
And like you're nurturing, you understand that my place in life or my role in this relationship and the things that I get praises for is completely different from the man. That deceptive emotional space has you believing we're supposed to do everything men do, and you do what I did it, treat me how you want.
IT professionals, what if you could earn upwards of $250,000 a year while working?
To be like, and that's when you understand men and women, that's not logical. This whole treat me how you want to be treated. The way that men want to be treated, women don't want to be treated that way. Not women that are in a natural submissive space. What you want, just think about it. What you want as a man, the respect, the things that y'all care about, that's not what we looking for.
Well, I don't mind. Well, let me frame it like this. I think that everybody gets used in some capacity.
Oh,
right?
Of course.
Because it's an exchange. Like everything is transactional.
That's the beauty of it.
And it's dope.
That's the beauty
right?
of it.
But people don't want to, but men don't want to be misused.
Right.
Right. So when you take that into consideration, I think a lot of guys will put up with a lot of shit for a long time, feeling like they still being a man by overcoming a situation or still dealing with shit that they wouldn't normally have to deal with.
I feel, me personally, especially for our people, I feel like that comes from the man's upbringing. We
She had to laugh at that one right there, because this dude, and that's Anton Daniels, right?
Yeah.
He just showed the sign of weakness. He tried to turn men into a victim, and she picked up on it. Yeah, I hope y'all pick up on it. This is what I teach y'all over here. This is why we special and we unique. We don't get caught up in them channels, bro. You know what I mean? But listen, look how she caught him. She picked up on him and she had to laugh at him. She laughed it off, BZ. You caught it?
Hey, before you hit play, remember what you said about a chameleon?
Yes.
Now you got certain people that have a show, that host these shows, and they are a chameleon because depending on who they have as a guest, that's who they try to, try to relate to, and then they gotta what's the word, man? They gotta
panda,
contort and you know what I'm saying, and try to get on the level of the guest, and they act like they can relate to the guest, and a lot of times they agree with a lot of shit that they usually don't agree with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he probably did his research on her before he had her on as a guest or whatever the case may be. But if you would go back into a lot of people's content, a lot of shit he's probably saying right now, he probably was saying something different 2 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people pander, you know what I'm saying? They pander their way up to the top. And then sometimes when they get to the top, oh man, I'm gonna be a real nigga, and it might not work out for them because your followers was following something else and they fell in love with something else. That's just like say a female lied to you, right, from the get-go, but you fell in love with that lie. You didn't know it was a lie, but she was lying to you, right? And now that you guys are engaged in a relationship, she got comfortable, and now the act is gone, and now the real is coming out. And the more the real coming out, the more you don't like about her. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it
Exactly.
don't work. And it goes the same for men too, because you know what I'm saying? A man is gonna put on an act to get what he want to. And if you can't be consistent on how you started, shit is gonna start unraveling.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's always good to keep it 100, man, from the gate. You know what I'm saying? So if you go, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go into something knowing that this is how it's gonna be. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because you know, if you keep it real, you can't do nothing but blame the other person, because this is what it was from the gate, and this is what I said from the gate. I didn't go off track. You went
Facts.
off track.
Facts though. That's a facts 100. And BZ, when you say this is the costume he chose, this is what they follow, and for his followers, they fall in love with this. What he wear. It's not what he say. It's what he present. It's the aesthetics. It's the appreciation. It's the aesthetics appreciation. They tie their feelings to this bullshit. The lights and him wearing a Coogee and all of this
Right.
bullshit.
And I'm not familiar with a lot of his content either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know some fake niggas that was in our space, you know what I'm saying, was infatuated with this nigga. Got him
Right.
all up and down his page, you know what I'm saying? But I never knew, you know, the hatred or as far as his content. I just know that a lot of niggas hate successful niggas for some
Facts.
reason. You know what I'm saying? So
Dealing with shit that they wouldn't normally have to deal with in
I
regular
feel,
situations.
me personally, especially for our people,
Mhm.
I feel like that comes from the man's upbringing. We
Nah,
I gotta
I
laugh.
feel you.
I gotta
feel you.
laugh when I say this, because the females get so mad, but we are in a fucking crisis, a pandemic with this single mother and shit. And it's crazy because you could literally Google it, just like so. And let me back up. In my spare time, I read a lot of boring shit. I like social science, and I like to read Harvard studies and just different studies where
And it be niggas that judge her. Oh, she sound like a man, but y'all niggas don't even read books. So it's no way y'all could be on her level. Fuck what she sound like. What come out her mouth? How does that hit your ear? How do you regurgitate? How do you ingest what comes out her mouth? Because it's pure facts, studied facts. It's not regurgitated. She didn't just look at somebody else's video and repeated them. It's not the same rinse and repeat shit that you get from them other channels, because we know the same stories are gonna happen. To some shit right now, a modern woman doing some shit right now that we done reported on 2 months ago at this channel, and we gonna pull the same shit up, and we gonna talk about that same shit with them same talking points. I might even pull out the Bible and link it and show you how it was written, and we all doing the same thing. You know what I mean? With our own splash on it.
right.
How is what she doing so profound?
But I'm gonna tell you something, bro. You know why it don't hit as hard as it should hit is because niggas are conditioned to accept that woman that acts a fool, that the female that fights up in Walmart and all your favorite chicken spots, the bitch that throws all the racks down in the store and shit, and throw and kick the milkshake machine when her fries is cold and all that old type of shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black men have been conditioned to witnessing this shit all their lives. So when you see it, it's like, man, we've been seeing this shit all our lives. You know what I'm saying? It's just the internet that hasn't seen it. Since this internet, now you can put the shit, you know, on the screen. for other people to see it. But for us, this shit ain't no surprise. This shit is something that shit. We've been seeing this shit every day.
Facts.
They do statistics and polls on us as a people, just all different types of backgrounds and people. And it is a proven fact. And if you don't know what a fact is, look it up. But it is a proven fact that single mother households produce the worst product.
Facts.
It's
a
a fact.
fact. Yeah.
If you take 2-parent households, single father household, single mother household, statistically based on facts.
Yep, you're right.
The household with the woman heading it by herself produces the worst product. And for our people, for Black people, for African American people, those single mother households are the reason why prisons are filled with a good majority of our
100%
people,
right.
So these are facts. You sit this on the table. Here go the facts. And then you say, so y'all need to start valuing men being involved in the lives of your children. I can't make you be with your baby daddy, or we can't say that somebody has to stay with somebody, because we know that children are being born out of situations where the two people aren't healthy together.
Yeah.
But that you having access to a man and a woman during your upbringing needs to be brought back. A lot of these men that you were, when you're referring to, what men are doing with women in relationships, it comes from the fact that they lack a man in their upbringing. So we got a good majority of men that walk around and they're thinking, their emotional capacity is that of a woman, because all they ever saw was how to be an adult from a woman.
Yep.
And that's the part that niggas can't accept. That's the part that Crimson Cure don't touch on that. She dance around that. If she do touch on it, send me the tape. Send me the footage, the video where she directly touch on it, like how this woman just directly touch on it, not skirt around it, because she got a bunch of those women in her audience that are mothers that she can't offend either. So let's not play dumb. You know what I mean?
And also, he probably does too. If he got a large female audience, I guarantee you, 70% of them are single mothers.
And what's crazy is, out of all three of the people out of all three content creators, Love don't have a channel. Love's not capitalizing off of the YouTube strategy of weak men, catering to weak men. Remember, Love get her money off of Zooms, private chat Zooms, where she really changing people's lives. She really getting these women who call her up on private. They front on y'all. They modern women to y'all. But these women be calling her up, fixing their lives. They be fixing their mindset. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. And it's so funny. I'm gonna jump around a little bit, right? Because this is dope. Because I study the same stuff, right? We know that a child being born into a single parent household, especially if it's just a woman, right, is more likely to go to jail, more likely to join a gang, more likely to be dependent, more likely to need some form of therapy, all that shit, right?
Oh my God.
So we know that. But okay, a lot of the conversation is not necessarily, driven down into the core of what we see today. So I'll give you an example. Jess Hilarious, big deal right now, right, is having a conversation, and she's saying that, who's going to stand up for women, biological women now, right? Because the big thing is the alphabet community and trans people, right? And so the thing is it seems as though more men are leaning into their femininity and more women are now leaning into their masculinity.
And the root, if you ask me, is what I'm explaining.
Yep.
We are seeing so many households where we're being all of us, and I'm just going to group us in a general, pool. In this pool, the majority of us are being brought up in single mother households.
Right.
So these masculine females, a woman is teaching them that. These feminine men, a woman is teaching them that. For females, we're watching our mothers operate like a man, paying bills, maneuvering in the household, building shit, doing, like, we're not seeing that masculine and feminine, energy, those roles in the household. And for young boys, all you're seeing is a woman problem solve everything.
Yeah.
So when you look at the result right now, that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
And I'm firm on.
Did she say that too,
'cause
Russ?
I love like the dialogue that is going around with Just Hilarious, and that's.
Does she still sound like a man?
Not to me.
Other people speak on it. Me being real, I care more about a person's character and do you understand this stuff I'm talking about as far as what things are doing to our people generationally, as far as generational curses and things like that, than what your, sexual preferences or what you identify. I could care less. That's your business. Identify whatever you want to identify. Are you a good person? Do you understand what do you understand these kids getting locked the fuck up because they being raised a certain way? Yeah. Do you care about that? So I don't care if you a real woman, trans woman. Do you understand we need men?
Yeah.
And if you're a man, do you understand you need to show up for your children? This is the stuff that I value more in regards to like spending my time talking about. Because I feel like when we fix that, it will take care of a lot of the other stuff that people are going back and forth.
Is it fixable?
I feel like it is.
Do you?
I genuinely do.
I don't.
You don't. Tell me why you don't.
I think that you can save. When I talk a lot of times, right? I'm reaching out to the one, the 99. I know that they're not gonna get it, right? So, do I think that it can be fixed? I think it can be fixed on an individual basis, which obviously feeds into the collective. But for the majority, I think they fucked. I think that they absolutely positively fucked.
I'm gonna tell you, and I have my own personal experience as to why, but I'm gonna tell you I disagree, and it's because my platform it taught me to disagree with that, right? Because I used to have that viewpoint, but when I got on the internet and my platform really took off and my name became like something that was known,
they stealing your shit.
They are.
They stealing your shit.
They are. But I'm gonna tell you this: organically, stealing my content and all. Organically, people come back to my platform and say, when I first heard you, I was a part of that 99%. I was like, fuck her, I blocked you. Like I blocked you on Facebook.
See, that's when you know it's real.
And then
that's when you know it's real. That's when you know it's real. Anything you run up on and you just get on and you take a sip and it tastes good. And you sit the fuck down and you just never get up. You're done, son. You're done, son.
But I gotta say, I kind of agree with the guy, right? I kind of agree with Anton because what he's saying is true as far as like when I mean the realization that he's come to that he's only talking to the one and the 99% is just listening and ain't gonna do shit. I mean, because if you got any kind of experience with the Black community, we do a lot of talking and less doing. And as far as making a change, we talk about changes and patching holes and all this whole type of shit. But a lot of times we put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound in the hood because we don't never get to the root problem of what's going on. We talk about violence, we talk about crime and all that shit, but we never go back to the root of the single motherhood issue, because single motherhood issues and talking about Black women and retards and different type of shit like that in society and this trans type shit, those things are untouchable and those, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it has a rule that you can't address it because there's a consequence behind it. And when you lash out at your mom, it's a consequence behind it. You know what I'm saying? So, and like she said, it can be dealt with on a one-on-one basis. But the thing is, now back to his point of view, now who's going to do it? Because everybody has a female in their family. Everybody had a mom. You know what I'm saying? What man is going to speak out in his family and check the women in their family? Because that's how it starts. It starts with the people closest to you. You know what I'm saying? It'd be one thing if something was going on in my household, but I'm going over down the block and talking about what's going on in somebody else's household when my household is fucked up.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, we do a lot of talking, but like what exactly are we doing? And if say, he acknowledges that it's a single mother problem in the Black community. Well, okay, then let's look at his followers, right? How many followers does he have? So
Yeah,
you mean to tell me if you have this many followers, you can't get 20 niggas to family court? You can't get 100 niggas to family court? So you know what I'm saying? So this is the thing, right? So if we talking about the same thing and we acknowledge the same problem, how come we ain't all getting together collectively and we ain't got to talk about black, white, and all this shit? Because black and white, we have the same problem with the single mother raised society. So how come
truth.
we ain't all coming together having the same conversation and just like, just limited it to a black conversation? Because it ain't just a black conversation when it comes to single mother households.
And that's
You know what I'm
because
saying?
their favorite content creators use that race agitating blueprint a lot of the times. You gotta cause a separation. You gotta cause a divide and conquer to make people pick a side. You know what I mean? And
Well,
that's what they've been using for these past years in this YouTube space.
yeah.
When I started going through some real shit in my life, the way that you said stuff the last time I saw you, it made me circulate the background, unblock you, and now I'm in your platform paying for Zooms. I'm booking one-on-ones. I'm in your book club, and I can legitimately. There's over 5,000 people that follow me. That has been the case.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. It was a complete wall up when they first heard the stuff I'm talking about.
Facts. That's a fact, and y'all know it because a couple of y'all told me like, "Yo, don't bring that girl back to the channel. She cursed too much." And I didn't listen to y'all. I brought her back to the channel, and then before you know it, y'all all like, "Yo, where that girl love at? Yo, play that girl love. Yo, you got any exclusive love?" And that's just how it is. That's because we critically think, guys. But remember, it's a lot of us that hang around people that don't critically think for themselves. Don't you go following trend. Don't you go following suit, guys. You always stay critically thinking. You always think for yourself. It's okay to listen to people. I'm not saying don't be a non-listener. Listening is great. But what I'm saying is always be the man that go get that information from what you're listening to and go research it for yourself and make sure it's 100% fact before you take it in to your subconscious brain, which is your Holy Spirit. All right, guys, no matter what religion you're down with, no matter what go along, get along group you're down with, that's as simple. Don't complicate it. You know what I mean? Don't complicate it, guys. But yeah, guys, we gonna get ready to wrap on it. We gonna get ready to wrap this one on up over here. But y'all don't go nowhere because we gonna be right across the hall at the Bell 503. Can somebody drop the link from the Bell 503 page? Can we get somebody to drop the link from there before we end the stream over here and swing on over there? Yes, sir. DeBell, you got anything you want to conclude on this one right here, on this topic right here?
I mean, I just think hey man, as long as the message is getting out there, man, it don't matter if it's in a female package or a male package or whatever kind of package, man, as long as the message is consistent, because she's going to reach an audience that certain other individuals can't reach. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, she might come off with that hood rap persona, but a hood rat might be able to identify with her. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that have a father or more in tune to listening to men are going to listen to an angry man or Tommy Sotomayor or a Goodbread or the Bell or whoever. You know what I'm saying? So as long as the message is consistent and is truthful, it's going to reach where it's going to need to be. Where it need to be reached. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, as long as a motherfucker keeping it 100, man, and telling the truth, it's gonna get out there, man. Because you already know, fake shit and all that shit's gonna fumble every time.
That's a fact, guys. And please don't feel no way, guys. This is just me. This is how I feel, and I'm entitled to feel how I want to feel. Remember, I don't have to like her. You could like her. That's not because I don't like her. Don't mean you don't have to like her. Don't do that. You know, we don't move like that. But it's good that y'all know me as the content creator. What I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with her. I don't like her. I don't like her, yo. Nobody gonna change my mind. Nobody. I don't like her. And when y'all realize y'all shouldn't like her, y'all can always come. The doors will always be open in the righteous fear. You know what I mean? The doors is always open, even when you make a mistake. Don't ever feel shame, bro. Come on in. You know what I mean? Come right on in. But all right, y'all, the link is dropped. The link is dropped. We finna swing on over there. We're gonna give it another couple seconds or so, and we finna swing on over there, and we gonna talk about it, yo. Who is teaching our little girls? You know what I mean, guys? Yes, we gonna talk about it today, man. The Bell, you want to give us a nice little intro, a little introduction on what we finna get into?
Well, this is a clip I had came across, man, with Maya Angelou. I don't know who the what show is this. I thought it was Jenny Jones at first, man, but it looked like it's a knockoff Jenny Jones with big hair. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, this little girl, she was 14 years old. Now she's in her 40s. So that should kind of take you back how long ago this was. And at the time, Maya Angelou was like 62.
All right, guys. So go on, clicking that link. We out of here, guys. Y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life.
Yes, indeed. Tune in. The Bell 503. DABELL 503.